Everyone, I am Dr. Ravichandra Janapati, Professor of EC Department, SR University, Warangal. In this lecture, I am going to give computer networks fundamentals. Now we will discuss introduction to the networks. It means what is a network. First, we will define fundamentals of a network, then followed by what is network. Network is a group of devices that can communicate with each other over links. That is called as a network. Network is a group of devices that are connected with each other. Group of devices that are connected with each other to communicate with each other over links. So this is the diagram for networks, computer networks or network. So computer networks means it is a device. If the device is computer, we can call it as a computer network. If it is a mobile, we can call it as a mobile networks. So when we are defining a network, it is a group of devices or nodes that can communicate with each other over links. Each device is called as a host. Each device is called as what? Host. Each host has a unique address, and also each host has a unique address. Now let us observe this diagram. There are 5 devices are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 devices are there. In that, they are connected with each other over a communication link. And each device is called as host. We can call each device is called as a host. Now, another definition for network. Network is a connection between 2 or more devices. A network is a connection between 2 or more devices, which is connected by a communication link. And just now I mentioned that node can be computer, printer, or any other devices which is capable of sending and receiving information at each other. So this is called as a network. Network is a connection between 2 or more devices which is connected by communication links. A node can be computer, printer, or any other devices which is capable of sending or receiving information at each other. This is called as a network. Now coming to example. In the network, basically there are 2 elements. Basically, overall, but we have a lot of different elements are there, but basically there are 2 types of nodes are there. One is client, another one is server. Client usually gives requests to the server. Client usually gives the request to the server. Then server gives the response to the client. Client gives the request to the server. Server gives the response. So this is called as a client server model. there are two. The node means it may be a client or it may be a server. Client means secondary device, server means primary device. Client always sends the request, server sends the commands or responses. This is the client server. Now, just now we have discussed what is network. What is network? Then we will discuss what is internet. What is internet? Internet is a network of networks, or it is a connection between two or more networks. It is also known as internet. Internet means the connection between the networks is known as internet. A network of networks or connection between two or more networks is also known as internet. Each host has an address of the network where N is the network number, H is the number of hosts on the network. So if you look at this diagram explains that this is one network. This is network number 1, N1. Let us consider this is N1. Now let us consider this is N2. Let us consider this is N2. So the connection between these two networks is known as internet. The connection between these two networks is known as internet. Now, what are the uses of network? Nowadays, we have a lot of uses. Without internet or without network, our lives cannot be moved forward. So here we have mentioned some examples, but not only this network is having lot of applications. So here, for example, it is used for one, business applications. In business application, so to provide services to the client or some web services or some other services, we use this particular networks. Another one is home applications. In home applications also, we can use these networks. Next, another one, mobile users. Already we know there are now 5th generation and 6th generation is coming up. 5G networks are deployed and 6G also in coming days. Now, what is the use of this mobile? Without mobile, today's life we cannot expect. So if the devices in the network, if the devices are mobiles, then we can say that is the mobile network. If it is a mobile, then we can say that is a mobile network. Next, another one here, email. Other services, here it is email. Email service means here we can send some information to the particular users or some clients, or we can give emails to send some notification. In that applications also we can use. Not only these are the only few applications of networks. Today, without network, we cannot live. For example, social media, YouTube, and other platforms like WhatsApp and Instagram. So these are comes under networks nowadays, modern networks that are social. Now, Categories are types of networks. Now we will discuss one important topic, that is categories are types of networks. Basically, there are three types of networks. One, local area networks, LAN. MAN, that is metropolitan area networks. WAN, that is wide area network. So there are three different types of networks are there. One is local area network, that is simply we can call it as LAN. Next, metropolitan area network, simply we can call it as MAN. Wide area network, we can call it as WAN. Now, first we will discuss what is local area networks. This is also called as, in simple words, we can call it as LAN. So LAN is designed by local area connections. LAN is designed for local area networks connections, such as within building or within office or within campus or within specified area. For example, in a hospital or in college, there are different buildings or different rooms are there in one building. So to connect the devices within the building, we use connection, small connection, that number of devices are less. That connection is known as local area network connection, or simply called as LAN. Now another one, within office. So within office means if you go for any office, so for particular room or in the building, the same building, to connect the employees without internet, we use local area networks. Within a campus, university building, or within any other hospital or any thing, here within a campus, we can use this particular local area network within a specified area. So this is the local area network diagram. Now this is one computer, then another computer one here. These computers are connected within a network. So these are called as local area networks. What are the advantages? What are the advantages of local area networks? One, sharing of files. Two, sharing of programs. Three, communication exchange within a room or within a building. These are the advantages of local area network, or simply we can call it as LAN. Now, what are the disadvantages? One disadvantage is reliability, capacity, high cost. These are the disadvantages of local area networks. Next, metropolitan area network. This is also known as MAN, metropolitan area network, or simply we can call it as MAN. It is a network that interconnects users with computer resources in a geographic area or region larger than that covered by even a local area network LAN, but smaller than wide area network WAN. It is larger than LAN and smaller than WAN. It is intermediate between LAN and WAN, local area network and wide area networks. So what is this metropolitan area network? Within a city, if we want to combine, if you want to connect the devices, we use this particular metropolitan area network. Within a city, to connect the devices, we use this particular local area networks. Metropolitan area network, sorry. Now, here, what it will support? MAN. MAN supports up to 150 km distance. It supports up to 150 kilometers within a city. Now, example, telephone network, or this is the best example, cable TV is the best example for metropolitan area network. Telephone network in a city or cable TV network in the city. These are the best examples for metropolitan area networks. So for example, here we have one LAN, local area network in this building. In this building, we have another LAN. In this campus also, we have another LAN. In this campus also, we have another LAN. Connect all the devices in that particular area. We use this particular metropolitan area network. So this is the example of metropolitan area network. Now, advantages. What are the advantages of local area networks? Sorry, wide area networks. It offers high bandwidth. It supports large number of clients, as well as it reduces the errors. So these are the basic advantages of metropolitan area networks. What are the disadvantages? So disadvantage means here large space requirements, slower data access, high cost. So these are the disadvantages of metropolitan area network, MAN. These are the advantages of MAN, metropolitan area networks. Now, next one, here we will discuss wide area networks. Wide area networks. Simply we can call it as WAN, WAN. Wide area network, it provides long distance transmission of data. By using WAN exchange, the information from one country to another country. So this is called as wide area network. Wide area networks means here we have to, so that is used for long distance transmission of data. By using WAN, the information from one country to another country or one continent to another continent, we use wide area networks. Components of Components of network. Then what are the different components of network? In a network, we have basically 5 components are there. Basically, 5 components are there. 1, client, which gives the request. Client usually gives the request to server. Server, which gives the response or command. So this is called as server. Next, another component is modems. It indicates modulator as well as demodulator. Modem stands for modulator as well as demodulator. Another one, router, which identifies the path between client and server. Which identifies the path between client and server. Next, another example is channels, which overcomes the traffic problems. This is called as channels. So there are 5 components are there. One is client, second one server, third one modem, fourth one router, next another one channels. Client, which gives the request. Server, we already know, which gives the response. Modems, it indicates modulation as well as demodulation, transmission and receive. These are the responsibility of modems. Next, another one, router, which identifies the path between client and server. Channel, it gives the path or it provides one source to send the information from source to destination. So these are the basic components in computer networks. So what is communication model? Communication model, it is a data communication or exchange of data between two devices via some transmission medium. This is called as communication model. It should be done in 2 ways. One is locally, another one is remote. It takes LAN connection. It takes long distance like MAN and WAN, metropolitan area network and wide area networks. Data should be transferred in the form of zeros and ones. Data should be transmitted in the form of zeros and ones. Now, block diagram of communication model. Block diagram of a communication model. This is very important. Block diagram of a communication model. In this block diagram of a communication model, we have 3 elements. One is source, second one transmission media, third one destination. There are three different elements are there. Then first, what is source? Source means which can generate the signal and which can be translated into bits or signals, translate the signals into bits. That is called as a source. Next, transmission media. It is a medium which can be used to transmit the data in the form of signals from source to destination. Destination. which accepts the information or which receives the information. That is called as destination. That is called as a destination. Now, thus, characteristics of communication model. Characteristics of communication model. One is delivery of the data. Second one, accuracy of the data. So first we will discuss delivery. The system must deliver the data to the correct destination. So the delivery should be perfect. The system must deliver the data to the correct destination. So it must deliver the data to the correct destination. Accuracy. The system must deliver the data at an accurate way. So this is also important parameter in a communication model. Another parameter is timeline. The system must deliver the data at exact time. This is regarding timeline. And another characteristic is jitter. It refers to the variable in the perfect arrival time. So and it refers to the variable. So if when we are sending the data, all the data may not transmit through from sender to receiver in one particular path. It takes different path. For example, if it is a network, this is sender, S, this is receiver. So there are different devices are there. There are different devices are there. One take this path, one take this path, another may take this path. So there is a variation in the arrival of the data. The same data, this is the receiver. To receive the data, there is a variation. This is called as jitter. Now, coming to components of communication model. Components of the communication model. In that, 1, sender, 2, receiver, 3, medium, 4, message, 5, protocol. So these are the important components in a communication model. Now we will discuss one by one. Sender. Here, this is the block diagram. First one, sender. Second one, medium. This is second actually. Third one, receiver. Fourth one, message. Fifth one, protocol. So these are the components of communication model. What is meant by sender? A device which can send the information is known as a sender. A device is a device which can send the information is known as sender. What is meant by receiver? A device which can accept the information or which can receive the information, that is called as a receiver. Now, what is meant by medium? It is a communication channel between the devices. It is just like a transporter. It provides the transportation between sender and receiver. So this is another. Now, message. This is a very important entity. Without this, there is no information. entity which consists of information that is called as a message. A message may be in different forms. It may be a text, audio, video, or any other format of file. That is called as a message. Next, another one, protocol. Another one is protocol. What is meant by protocol? Protocol is a set of rules between two entities. That means what to send the data, where to send the data, how to send the data, that will be decided by protocol. Protocol means it is a set of rules. For example, some inauguration program is there. Now, we call some officials. In that, we need to follow some protocols. First, whom we have to invite. Then, after that, where they have to sit, how much they have to speak, at what time they have to speak. So these are called as protocols that are called as a set of rules. In similar way, in data transmission also, we use protocols to send the information from source to destination. Now, we will discuss one by one. Sender. It is a device that sends the information to the receiver. So this is a device. It is a device that sends the information to the receiver. Now, another one. It is a receiver. Next, another entity is receiver. It is a device that receives the information from the sender. That is called as receiver. Next, another one is medium. Medium means it is a physical path between sender to receiver. Medium means it is the physical path between sender to receiver. Then message. This is the passing informations. Next, protocol. It is a set of rules and regulations that govern from data communication. Just now we have discussed. Protocol means it is a set of rules and regulation that govern from data communication. That means where to send the data, how to send the data, when to send the data. So this is decided by protocol. Next, another one is data transmission concepts and terminology. What are the different types of mediums we use in data transmission? That we will discuss. Now, data transmission occurs between the sender and receiver over some transmission medium or transmission media. Data transmission occurs between sender and receiver over some transmission medium or transmission medium. Then this transmission media may be classified into two types. Transmission media may be broadly classified into two types. One is guided media, that is void technology. Another one, unguided media, that is wireless technology. These are the different types of transmission media. Guided media means wire or cable. We can send the information through the cables. That is called as a guided media. Next, another one is unguided media or wireless technology. We can send data in the air. So we have some technologies to send the data from the air. Wireless technologies. Now, first we will discuss what is guided media. Guided media, or we can call it as wide network. In guided media, signals are passed in a same physical path. In guided media, signals are passed in a same physical path. Examples: straight pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable. So these are the examples of guided media. In guided media, signals are passed in a same physical path. So this is called as a guided media. Next, another one, unguided media. Unguided media or wireless network. In unguided media, signals are passed in the form of electromagnetic waves. In unguided media, signals are passed in the form of electromagnetic waves. Just now we have discussed. Unguided media means signals are transmitted through air. So through air, we can send the information in the form of EM waves or electromagnetic waves. So the best example for unguided media, it is mobile phones, satellite, microwave, infrared. So mobile phones, nowadays everyone is using these mobile phones. So in this technology we use unguided mediums. Why? Because wireless. The signals are transmitted in the form of wireless. Next, satellite microwave communication. Satellite communication. We use these unguided mediums. Another one, infrared. For example, in the indoor, we use this unguided medium or infrared signals. So to launch any satellite, we use this particular satellite communication or infrared. In indoor communication or any particular application, defense application, we use this infrared communication. Now, we will discuss types of connections. Types of connections. One is point-to-point connection. That means it provides a dedicated links between two devices. This is called as a point-to-point connection. Here we have one device, that is site A. This is another device, that is site B. Now you want to establish the connection from this one to this one. There is a direct communication between one device to another device. This is called as a point-to-point connection. It provides a dedicated path, dedicated links between two devices. That is called as point-to-point connection. For example, wide system that connects two computers together in part of a point-to-point link. For example, a wide system that connects two computers together can be thought of a point-to-point link. Now, multi-point connection. Multi-point connection. It is a link between two or more devices. That is called as multi-point connection. It is also known as multi-point configuration. The networks having multi-point configuration are called broadcast networks. The networks having multi-point configuration are called as broadcast networks. For example, here this is mainframe server. From here, there are different connections for this device, as well as this device, as well as this device. It has multi-point connection between the devices. Hence, it is called as multi-point connection. It is a link between two or more devices. It is also known as multi-point configuration. The networks having multi-point configuration are called broadcast networks. Now, we will discuss one important concept here, transmission mode. Transmission mode. Transmission mode, it refers to the direction of information flow between two devices. It refers to the direction of information flow between two devices. That is called as transmission mode. Data flow is the flow of data between 2 points. Data flow is the flow of the data between 2 points. So the direction of the data flow can be described as simplex mode, half duplex mode, full duplex mode. There are different modes of operation. One is simplex mode. Another one is half duplex mode. Third one, full duplex mode. So it refers to the direction of information flow between the two devices. That is known as transmission mode. There are 3 types of modes in data communication. One is simplex, another one is half duplex, another one is full duplex. Now, what is simplex? Simplex means data flows in one direction on the data communication line. So, for example, there are two devices. There are two devices, A and B. A, B. If the data transmission from one device to only in one direction, A to B only, not from B to A, that is known as simplex transmission. What is the best example for simplex transmission? The best example of simplex transmission is keyboard. So from keyboard to computer, we can send the information. But from computer to keyboard, we cannot send the information. Another example of simplex communication is projector or TV remote, radio, television broadcast. So in these examples, we can send the data in only one direction. For example, radio. So radio will transmit the information. We cannot send the information to the radio. As well as in television also. Television broadcasts the information. We cannot send any information to that particular station. In similar way. Now, another communication is off-duplex communication. Off-duplex communication. Off-duplex means the data flow in both directions, but only one direction at a time on the data communication line. Data flow in both directions, but only in one direction at a time on the data communication. It is conversation on walkie-talkies. It is an example of conversation on walkie-talkies. For example, if you take this diagram, A and B are the two devices. A can send the data to B at T1 time, and B sends the data to A T2 time, not at the same time. This is known as half-duplex communication. That is conversation on walkie-talkies. Next, another one, full duplex communication. Data flows in both directions simultaneously. Modems are configured to flow data in both directions. For example, telephone conversation. Telephone conversation. Data can be transmitted in both directions, but at the same time. At same time, we can send in two directions. That is called as full duplex transmission. Example, telephone communication. So this is regarding fundamentals of computer networks. In this, the subtopic now we have discussed, that is modes of transmission. In the modes of transmission, one is simplex, that means only one direction of communication. Off duplex, in both way communication, but not at the same time. Full duplex communication, both direction we can send the information, but at the same time. Example of simplex, it is keyboard or projector or TV or radio. Example of half duplex, it is walkie-talkie. Best example of duplex is walkie-talkies. Now, full duplex, data flows in both directions simultaneously.